Hello everybody, Bets Golden here. I actually am going to show you something that I like to do with my bag of scraps. Whenever I have a scrap piece of paper, I don't throw it away. I always put it in here, and then I usually clean it out at the end of the year. And what that means is I have a friend that will gladly take my scraps, and I'll gladly take their scraps because it's different and new. But I do like to make my own simple embellishments from my scrap bag. For example, like a bag of embellishments like this, which are basically pattern paper. They're die cut images. They're really cute. You know, can run you between $4 and $7. Well, probably not that much. Maybe $2 and $5. But still, if I can use up my scraps, then I'm going to go ahead and do that. So what I did was, I pick a color palette and theme that I'm going to do. I get overwhelmed really easily with a lot of stuff, and it really affects my creative mojo. So I like to put together ever so often just like a kit of coordinating items that I can pull from, and it helps me use up my stash and keep my creative mojo going. So I'm actually starting on my fall items. So I'm going to go ahead, and I just pulled some papers out of my scrap bag of fall colors, and I'm going to show you kind of what I do with these, and they'll be ready to use in the future. I just take my punches and I just start punching away, and there are a couple of different things. Some punches that I have I'm not going to use this time. I'll show you. The balloons, this would be a good one for like a bright colors or birthday or whatever. Same thing with stars or around 4th of July. Butterflies, this one I could use right now. If I wanted to. Butterflies are always good. And then I have this little butterfly one as well. This is really cute, layered on top of this. I have the stamp that goes with this as well. This is cute in a shaker. Couple different sized hearts. And then what you can do is, for those long strips of paper, if you have any of these, just punch out an edge on this. Really fun. And then if you want to make photo mats, this embosses and cuts these corners, so I could go ahead and do that as well. But for today, these are not what I'm going to use. I'm actually going to use a couple different punches that are more fall orientated and can be used for fall. So I'm going to be using this one. This is really cute. What I like to do is I like to have this and this be the same pattern and this a different pattern. Hexagon, lots of cool stuff you can do with a hexagon. Some nice foliage. A big scallop circle. Lots and lots. You can turn this into flowers. You can stamp on this, a small stamp, put a sentiment, back it against things. There's so much to do with a scallop circle. And then with that, I have a 1/4 inch circle as well as a 1 inch circle. And these are all, my favorite thing to do with these is make my own paper flowers, where you fold in the edges. You do 2 folds and it creates a petal. I actually have a YouTube tutorial about that you can go ahead and scroll down and find. It shows you how to do that. This is a fun one. Okay, I can make a flower out of that. And then I have these little teeny tiny ones that'll be cute on cards, or I can go ahead and just put them in my a shaker, make a shaker out of it. How fun would that be? So I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you what I do with this and my thought process. But before I do that, I'm going to put away these stamps. Okay, so what I have here is going to be the kit that I'm going to use to carry around with me, or not carry around, but keep on my desk for easy access to make anything fall I can think of, from my art journal to my ATCs to my cards to my layouts to canvases. anything that I can use and get rid of goes in here. I don't put stamps in here. I don't put ink pads. I do put my myths in here. Things like that, because these are things I won't replace. I'm going to use them and then I'm going to get rid of them. So these are some things. What I do is I go through my stash and I pull the packages that I already have open and I'll just dump them in here and they all kind of go together. I was going for a kind of a little bit of a laid back homey feel, if that's the right word. I didn't want anything too glamorous or ritzy, so I pulled everything out that could classify as that, you know, like something like that, you know, letters on wood like this, these flowers that I can mist, and then down here I just put the things that I've opened that are or really old and have been in my stash forever down here. So if I decide not to cut down cardstock, because I don't usually cut down solid cardstock, simply because I want to mat a photo and I don't know what that photo size is going to be, so I don't want to cut it down, so I'll drop that in here too. So we're just going to play. I'm just going to play for a few minutes, and as I finish up, I'm going to put them in, finish up my punches. I'm going to put them on this tray, making room. The thing I want to do is I want to pull out these sparklies and I want to make, this is what I want to use these little punches on. And I want to do all of my leaves orange and all of my little flower burst red. And I'm just going to punch this out. Alright, so that little sheet's all punched out. They go a-flying. If this was straighter and there wasn't a hole right there, like you could see all of the leaves, that would be really cute as like a little border too. So even your trash may not be trash. Okay, so now I'm going to do the red with the other little punch. It's so funny because when I first saw these little punches, I was like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. What do you do with that? And then I figured it out with some help from Crafty Friends. Okay, so this one, same thing. Just gonna go on through. Well, maybe not. Oh, that worked. Just gonna go on through, punch these. All right, I'll finish that up later, but you get the drift. So, but look how adorable these will be, like together in a little shaker card. I mean, that totally screams fall. So cute. Okay, and then I will put like some gold sequins in with it and call it good. All right, so that's kind of what I'm going to do for the shakers. And then I want to go ahead and use this to punch out some birdies. And the cool thing is this is double-sided. So I can totally punch a bunch of these and they'll look completely different. Okay, so I'm going to finish that up later, but just to give you an idea, what you can do is you can take a birdie and you can put it on a perch. And then you can put the little wing on. That's really cute. Or you can flip it over and do it the other way. So lots of variety in that. And sometimes I like to go through and I do like to just put things together so I don't have to later. But sometimes that limits me. So for this one, we're just going to leave it separate. So that's what I'm going to do with these. I'm going to cut some hexagons out. Ooh. Oh, I like that too. Oh my God, decisions. Oh, I'll do cardstock right now. Okay, so now what I can do from here is, after I get this all cut, I have triangles right there. So I just have to take a pair of scissors and cut out those triangles. And you know what you can do with triangles? So much stuff. You can make a border. Okay. Isn't that cute? And let's say that I cut out hexagons and I didn't get them that close. So let's say that I did like that, and then I didn't get them that close, or I can just pull it apart. Did it like that. I can still use this. I'm just going to take it, cut it down. Look, I have a really adorable bow tie. How cute is that? So, that's what I'm going to do with that. I'll finish that one up later as well. You guys don't have to see me go through all that. And then I'm going to take my, this one, and cut out some of these. I really like the pattern paper to be double-sided because you get so much more variety when it's double-sided than when you do and it's not. There we go. Missed it that time. One of the little ones didn't cut. Okay, so I'll finish that up in a minute, but just to give you an idea, again, you can take one of these, have it over like that, that one like that, this one like this, pop in a little center dot, you got a cute little fall flower. Ink the edges on your leaf, you're good to go. So much variety with this. So if you just take your, scrap pieces of paper and just punch, you can do so much. And then, amp it up and put little, extra gems and stuff that you have from your stash in the center of the flowers or eyeballs of, things or whatnot. Okay, so let me take this one. And I'm just going to cut the 1-inch circles with this, again, two-sided. Okay, circles are so much fun. I can use a small stamp in that and use it in my planner. I can fold it up, as I have a demo below, a YouTube video that showcases this. Fold it up, make it into petal like this, and then ink the edges on it, stack it next to each other like so, and you can make a really cool flower to put on your layout, card, project, art journal, whatever. Stick a button in the center of that, like there's a little button. I mean, that would be so cute. And let's say that you want to bump it up next to a picture, you can totally just do like 3/4 of a flower. So anyway, I'm going to finish all this up. I'm not going to make you guys watch me do this, but I just wanted to share with you how you can go ahead and just take a couple hours, you know, one day and do something like this and be ready to go with some homemade embellishments that cost you literally nothing. You are literally using your trash. I never use a full piece of scrapbooking paper to make these ever. I always use what's in my, you know, my bin or my scrap bag of paper, and it's pretty amazing what you'll come up with your shapes. There's so much to do. Sky's the limit. If you don't have punches, but you have like die cuts, you know, you can do that. I could take these circle die cuts right here. Not only can I make circles out of them, but I can take a piece of pattern paper, and I might do this, lay them all out evenly so they're nesting in one another. Okay, so they'd be nesting equally. Kind of hard to do with my hand, but you get the picture. So this one would be in here, this one in here, and so on. Run that through, and then you have really cool rings. So think outside the box. If you have squares, you can do that with the squares. Ovals, same thing. Hearts, same thing. So, you know, don't shy away from your die cut machine that you have, or your Cuttlebug, you know. Definitely look at that too. Please make sure that you check out my blog, www.scrappycafe.blogspot.com, to see the rest of what I do with this, the pictures, and how well everything really goes together. That's another thing. Don't be afraid to mix patterns and stuff. This doesn't necessarily look fall. It's like a teal and a white, but with the orange, it totally does. So have fun with it. Mix your patterns and just see what happens. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Please give this a thumbs up if you liked it. You can feel free to share it with anybody who might benefit from it. And if you haven't done so, please go ahead and subscribe. Until next time, happy crafting!